Hey guys, today I'm gonna be making a video on tips and tricks for Rocket. In my opinion, the most underrated support character in Marvel Rivals. I mean, he's very hated on in the public opinion as like the worst healer, and I just genuinely think that's so wrong. And I'll be talking about that and some useful tips if you want to try him out, because I think he's really fun and people don't give him enough of a chance. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Alright, first of all, I'm just gonna show you the best way to utilize his shooting and healing the most. So, the pattern you kind of want to follow is just shoot off a couple orbs and then get some shots off, because they last like about 2 seconds, and then you should throw a couple more down at a time, because his healing orbs don't stack healing, so a bunch of orbs aren't going to heal more or at all, so I just do that. A lot of times, other healers, and when they're getting pressured, they have to deal with the person pressuring them, and they can't heal their team. When you're Rocket, to confuse them, dash up 2 times, and then at the same time you can shoot orbs back down at your team and still heal them even when you're getting pressured. In higher elo games, this might not work as well. Alright, when it comes to his ult, it's a damage buff, and I like to pair this with my other team healer's ult, because you should always have a healing ult on your team. And then I don't have to heal my teammates, and I can focus on shooting the enemy and melting them. And then also it can totally just add on to the healing ult that's already turning the tide of the point, and it will assure you the point. Alrighty, when it comes to the Groot team up, I think it's very underrated, but it's very situational. I mean, I treat it the same way as you would with other healing, is, you know, shoot a couple orbs at him, then get some shots off. Something you want to pay mind to is if they have a Hela, a Hawkeye, or like any kind of snipery person, because they can really take you out easily. And then also make sure to try to heal the rest of your team. Alright, let's also say if it's really pressured and Groot's kind of by himself and he's about to die, then you really should just abandon him, because your healers weren't probably going to help him anyways, and it will at least make it so you won't die. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the Groot team up. And with the Punisher and Bucky team up, I usually just like to either put it down when I'm ulting, because that just adds extra damage and just can kill more people. I also like to put it down just like on Convoy when we're pushing. I'd like to just put it down right at the start so we kind of can just get it going. Alright, when it comes to redeploy, I like to, when pushing on Convoy, to put it in some little nook and make sure it's hidden, because little flankers like Magic, Scarlet Witch like to break it, because people can break this. That's why you have to hide it. Make sure it's along the path of Convoy, where your team is currently. Make sure to always move it up if no one even took it, if you're doing really well. Because it does have a radius. And here's some free spots in Tokyo Spider Islands 2099. And yeah, that's pretty much it for his respawn. Alright, and those are some pretty basic tips for Rocket. A couple other things is if you want to learn him and you should give him, and you're going to give him a shot, and by the way, please do give him a chance, because a lot of people just shush him immediately and just like, nah, he's dumb. And he's pretty basic and he's not good. I think you shouldn't treat it like that. I think you should give him more of a chance. If you're already in higher ranks, probably learn him in quick match first. I mean, that's kind of a thing you should probably do for all characters, but specifically him, because even though he is a 1-star difficulty, to really be good with him, especially in higher ranks, there is a rhythm you have to find. He's harder than you think to like actually be really good at him, and obviously, he's still not the hardest support, but I don't think he's the easiest support by far. And I don't think he's the worst support at all. And I really like him. Another thing about him is watch out for strange ults, because usually tanks never really die in strange ults most of the time. And you can melt tanks so easily when you are just standing still and they're standing still, and you can shoot right at the head, because his gun's really inaccurate. And you can just absolutely melt a tank. Just completely. Because of his critical headshots that he was added to his character in Season 1, and he also just got buffed his minigun, his damage. And something about his gun, because it's so inaccurate, I like to usually use a smaller crosshair for him because you can see the spread. Because you have to lead your shots a lot with him, especially if they're moving and if they're not a tank. Which, even, I mean, he is kind of a tank melter. That's kind of who you should probably usually try to target. But if you're close to a DPS, honestly, and they're not like moving side to side that much, you can usually melt them. And also, if you play him more, you'll get more used to it and you'll be able to hit more of your shots, obviously. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hate how people have been just like hating on Rocket so much, and I kind of like that recently there's been a more of a liking of Rocket and realizing he's not the worst support, and I think he's just so good, and I think you should really give him a shot. And yeah, I hope all these tips were useful, and thanks for watching. Bye.